Welcome to Hamilton County TV. I'm Perry Williams, and alongside me today is Coach David Sharpe, the head coach of the Noblesville Millers. Welcome, Coach.
Hi, Perry. Good to see you as always.
Coach, kind of a disappointment on last Friday night against Westfield. It was Westfield 34, Noblesville 33, and it was kind of a tale of two halves, really.
Yeah.
A lot of scoring in the first half,
Yeah.
not much scoring in the second half. But, you know, overall, offensively, we played a pretty good football game.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed defensively. We played slow and friendly, and we did not run to the ball as fast as we could. It's so frustrating. I don't know what to tell these guys besides bench them. Like, we don't sprint to the football. It's embarrassing. We do not play hard on defense, and I have to apologize to Noblesville for that. The whole town's like, you pay $7 to watch us play, you should expect to see 11 guys flying to the football. I've had it with some of these guys just taking plays off, and it's going to change. Like we're gonna get this changed because it's an embarrassment right now, and our defensive coaching staff is very embarrassed. They're taking the steps to make sure simple things like getting 11 hats to the ball every single play doesn't happen, or like that should happen every single day of the week, especially on Friday, but it should happen on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So enormous emphasis on just playing hard, and our kids just don't realize they're not sprinting to the ball. It's amazing to me that this is happening, but no, we're threatening to take away some playing time, threatening to put in some younger guys, putting in more guys in the offense. Going to have to play two ways to get this defense turned around, and but that's the number one story. Like, we can't stop anybody right now. We can't stop Westfield. We can't stop Fishers. In the second half, we couldn't stop Bennett Academy, and we didn't stop Mount Vernon. So, with that being said, we've played some tremendous offenses. Okay, and Cole Ballard. We know he's the best player on Westfield's team, and he played like the best player in the state with his picking us apart in the passing game and dicing us up in the running game. So he got hot early in the first drive. We were able to match it with a nice Miller drive the way we want to, taking time off the clock, wearing them down to make it 7-7. Of course, they go right back down and score, but I was glad to see we finally hit a home run from the halfback position, a big home run, and that was Blake Widget. We know he's got a lot of speed, ran a little buck right, and tremendous blocking by Aiden Brewer, Ben Decker, and on the right side of the line, and then Blake Cole with a tremendous pull, and then Blake Widget had a little seam, and he took it 70 yards, and we knew it was a matter of time before we had a big home run from Blake. He almost had one against Bennett Academy. He had a gain of about 25 or 30, and then got tripped up by a shoestring by their safety. So we're expecting that from Blake. We're expecting one big home run per game because he's got the wheels to house it against anybody. So that made it 14 to 14. Our roughing the punter penalty was probably the worst penalty I've ever been a part of in my entire football life. 4th and 50, and we make that mistake, and you kind of deserve to lose a game when you play one of the best programs in the Midwest and you let them off the hook like that. It's what else can we do? It's like we don't deserve to win games yet. We think we do, but we don't. You can say work hard. You can say keep on hanging in there, keep on trying. You can talk about moral victories, but the bottom line is that we're 99% there turning this thing around, but we're not 100% there. We don't sprint to the ball, and we make mind-boggling mistakes. And Westfield, did they play the greatest game defensively against us? No, I'm sure they're pretty frustrated with their defensive performance, but they did just enough. They didn't make the back-breaking mistake like how we did defensively. So let them off the hook, make it 21 to 14. We go back down. Stuff we've been wanting to do all season is, we love Aiden Brewer. He's such a special player for us. Tremendous blocker, by the way. He is blocking as well as anybody in Central Indiana, and we know he's a tremendous receiver. We were able to streak him deep, wide open, and Landon, very poised, calm, beautiful ball downfield, big 50-yard touchdown to make it 21-21. But it's almost like I looked at the clock. They scored with 2.5 minutes left. And I was like, oh boy, it's too much time. And they're able to get a touchdown right before half to make it 28-21. I know Max Miller is going to be a great player for us as a defensive back. He's a tall basketball player, tremendous athlete. He misses that interception by an inch.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, we're 99% of the way there from turning this around. We're 1 inch away, whether it's the last play of the game, the 2-point conversion, Max almost picking it off. If we rush the punter 1 inch to the right instead of right, that one, it's like you look at all these inches. There's inches everywhere, and we're close. And so that was a backbreaking touchdown, going down 28-21 at halftime. But we got the ball at half, and went on a nice Miller drive. Took a bunch of time off the clock. We scored, and I was in the mindset of we got to win this game in regulation. I went for 2. I wanted to come back to the toss play to Sharpe. We had success with it early in the game, and I was kind of saving it for the moment that we thought we might need it, and we went for it. They sniffed it out and played tremendously, but we wanted to get them off their rhythm. I wanted them to feel what it's like to be down by 1 point. Obviously, when the game's tied, they go through us, right up and down the field. Maybe put some pressure on them, and it's a different for high school kids to say, oh, now we're actually losing this game, and we're just trying to do anything we could to kind of mess with their minds a little bit, and we knew if we went to overtime with this team, we're gonna if they have 4 tries to get 10 yards. I mean, realistically, we're gonna struggle to stop them, and they were starting to slow us down a little bit. Our gains of 4 and 5 were turning into 2 and 3 as the fourth quarter went on. Third and fourth quarter went on, so I felt like they would have a big advantage in overtime. So we decided to go for 2 in third quarter. Didn't work out. Of course, they go down and score, and we got lucky. They missed the extra point, and that brought us a little glimmer of hope. On our next drive, as I said, they were starting to slow us down a little bit. I mean, you got Dager and Dykos and William Goodvine. It's like they got some studs over there on defense, and they're starting to just take away a little bit. Big play was on the 3rd and 4. They stopped us for a gain of 2 around midfield, right? And we went a no play and we jumped off sides. We had 4th and 2. Tried to get them to jump, of course, but we flinch. It's 4th and 7. Definitely wanted to go for it. I didn't think it would matter if they had to go 50 yards or 80 yards. I didn't have a whole lot of faith in our defense at the time. And we had a nice pass concept in, but we failed to pass protect, and we got sacked. But they get the ball, and the one sparkling moment of our game defensively was when they got inside the 5-yard line, and the goal line.
Good stand.
Well, our best defensive player he's voted a team captain as a junior, is Austin Hastings, and he finally said enough is enough. I'm going to win this game by myself. I'm going to do whatever I can to get through there, and he makes the big tackle on Ballard on the 1-inch line. And I looked at the clock. There's, I don't know, maybe 9 or 10 minutes left, and it's like, can we take this entire clock and score and go for 2? And we did. And just a great job from everybody. Schaff, Widget, Gully, they all carried the ball a little bit. When we got behind the sticks, we had to take time out, and been saving a little reverse pass for the perfect time. And Blake Widget he's a great baseball player. He's a left-hander. When you see him out in the practice field screwing around, he can throw the ball tremendously. And it was just kind of like always in the back of my mind is like, we got to use Widget as a halfback pass, reverse pass one of these days. And it was a 2nd and 12. We needed that play big time. And used Schaff as the decoy, and Widget comes around and throws a beautiful ball to Aiden Brewer. He makes just one of the best catches I've ever seen. It was right in front of me, just kind of double covered, and just that's where Aiden's special. He can go get the ball and makes a huge play to give us new life. We're then able to kind of nickel and dime them, get our momentum back a little bit, and just seeing that clock melt away from 4 minutes to 3 minutes to 2 minutes. We're just like, we're good, we're in control, we got momentum, we're moving them, we have a timeout if we need it. And then they took their middle safety out, they're loading up the box a little bit, left the middle of the field wide open, and Landon's able to hit AB for the final touchdown. There was never thought we're going to go for 1 or 2, we're going to go for 2. This is what bad luck we have, Perry. We go for 2. Drew and Ben and Ransom can't hear the snap count because of how loud our student section is. We have to understand, when we're on offense, we need the student section to be quiet. When we're on defense, we need it. But we haven't been in many
situations like that.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's students at home, please be quiet when we're on offense. Like, very, very quiet. If we do this,
especially if we're going in to score.
Yeah, especially if it's right in front of us. It's just, that's our luck. That's our luck right now. And it was still a great run by goalie. He just missed it.
Yeah.
The onside kick by Jack Letourneau was the best I've ever seen. It just sits there, and there's 5 or 6 of us that just grab it. Just grab it. We need 15 yards. Jack can kick a 50-yard field goal to win the game, but we don't get it. But I was pretty upset. I do not want this team to be loaded up with, well, you almost beat a good team. Like, we do not need that in our system right now. We need to know that a loss is a loss is a loss. A win is a win is a win. We're never going to get over the hump if we keep hearing, good job, you played them pretty tough. Enough of that. We made plenty of mistakes on offense, plenty of mistakes on defense, and that's the way the kids need to be treated. We need to know that we have to be 100%. We can't be 99%, because it's seeping into our mentality to not go the extra mile right now. And we have another, obviously, tremendous football team in Zionsville. Zionsville was actually just in the same situation we were. They were down by a touchdown late in the 4th quarter against Westfield. They did not score. They ended up losing by a touchdown to Westfield, but they're right there with the Shamrocks. I'm looking at our schedule, and this is our 5th game. Perry, we've played 3 teams that were in the Dome last year. Mount Vernon, Westfield, now Zionsville. And the best team we played wasn't. That's Fishers. And then our other game was 5 hours away and all the way up near Wisconsin. So we've had a schedule gauntlet. And if we want to feel sorry for ourselves for 1 second, Zionsville will take that to their advantage. They're coming off a very emotional victory against Franklin Central, a tight game that went down to the wire. It was at home, so they have all sorts of momentum. I believe we are their homecoming, so there's going to be a couple thousand students in the student section, all dressed up, going crazy, and it's going to be loud, and we better get off the bus. We better not feel sorry for ourselves, or it's going to be a long ride home.
Absolutely, Coach. And I want to reiterate something you said there is, enough's enough, and we need to get winning ways here. I mean, you played a good game and all that kind of stuff. It's got to be over. I mean, we've had many years of that. Mm-hmm. And the teams in this Hoosier Crossroad Conference, whether we're the best team or the worst team, they're going to come after us every game. Mm-hmm. And that's the way this conference is. And you got to put your big boy pants on. And especially at the end of the ball game. I mean, good players become great players because of end of ball games and what they do at the end to not let anything stand in the way. And that's what we got to understand here at Noblesville.
And we're still, every team we play, we're their homecoming or their senior night. We're still thought of as that easy victory.
Absolutely.
And I hope our kids feel disrespected by that. Nobody schedules Brownsburg and Westfield for homecoming. You know what I mean? And one of these days, we're going to be the school that says that, like, who we playing? Ooh, we're hosting Noblesville. Ooh. We're gonna stoke that fear into people. And but until we get it done, we're going to be everybody's homecoming.
Yep. Coach, let's talk a little bit about Zionsville here. They got a pretty good passing game. As far as the running game, so far this season, they've only rushed for 323, but they have a veteran quarterback and a couple of good receivers, so they're going to be tough to handle for our secondary.
They are. Of all the teams we played, they are the most pass happy But if you had a quarterback going to Ball State, you'd probably do the same, right? He's a tremendous. He's got a rocket arm, and he very accurate, very experienced. He cut us up last year in the passing game. Now the big difference is their superstar running back is now playing at UIndy, I believe, Colin Price, right?
Yeah.
And they're not featuring the run game like they did. So I think that they're content throwing the ball 40 or 50 times. They have two very good receivers. One of them, of course, his dad's very famous, T.Y. Hilton. So it's Eugene Hilton. He's off to a blazing start. I'm sure he has 300, 400, 500 yards receiving. He's made big plays in every game. So we got to know where he is. And but equally as talented is number one for them. He's
Bumgarner.
He's had a great season too. So those two guys are featured. The other guys are more than willing, and more than able to bail them out, catch a few passes here and there. But for the most part, we have a D1 quarterback, a D1 receiver, and then just a tremendous high school football player, number one, Bumgarner. So it's a different matchup for us. Now Abney's the quarterback can run. He had about a 70-yard run against Lebanon, if I recall. Yeah, Lebanon, and they haven't featured him in the run game much since. But he is more than willing to take off and rip off a big run. He's very fast as well. There's a reason.
Yeah,
why,
that run was 62 yards.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's going to Muncie for free. He's a big, strong guy that's a dual threat for sure. So very difficult offense to stop, and like I said, a unique offense, not as much run game oriented, but still they'll keep you honest. They kind of sealed the game with against FC with running the ball late in that fourth quarter.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, because with this passing game, and we, basically so far this season, it's been a lot of running or balanced running, but this team will throw the ball well. It's going to be a lot of challenge on our defensive backs this week.
They are, and we're looking very slow and friendly back there. And when I see our guys running around in weights class, we do a lot of spritz and agility. We look so much faster in t-shirt and shorts than we do on a Friday night, and I don't know what it is, but we are doing whatever we can to get the speed of the game, get caught up to the speed of the game faster. And sometimes it just takes a humiliating loss or two, like the past 2 weeks, to really fire somebody up. And I'm hoping that's the case. But we do have depth. We do have guys that can rotate in, that we have confidence in if certain guys aren't getting the job done.
All right, Coach. Well, you'll be traveling to Zionsville. Like you said, it's their homecoming, okay? And it's going to be a difficult challenge over there, and hopefully we're ready to meet that challenge, because I know it hasn't proven out that yet, but we're a better football team than we played so far, to be quite honest. We got some talented players, and we got a good mix of seniors and young players, so hopefully we can turn this around.
A couple of losses to two top 10 teams, but I think we're getting taken more seriously than we have in past couple of years, and I do think that our mindset is right. I do think we're going to come out blazes on Friday. I'm not worried about a letdown. I might be worried about maybe a few mental mistakes or this or that, but I feel like we're going to play to win the game. We're going to play with a lot of passion Friday from 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know you got a lot of things to get accomplished and everything, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Perry. Go Millers.